What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here with an unboxing of the latest MacBook from Apple. It's the resurgence of the MacBook line. This time it's lost a lot of weight and got a Retina display. Here's the box it's going to come in. It looks almost identical to an iPad box. Going to be available in two configurations, either a $12.99 or a 15.9 gigabyte configuration. I'll run through the specs on both of those. We're going to go ahead and use Senor Stabby and cut this plastic open. I am unboxing the 1599 version. Both are going to come with 8 gigabytes of RAM built in, both being powered by Intel's Core M processor, but at different clock speeds. It's going to depend whether you get a 1.1 or a 1.2 gigahertz, depending on which option you get, although you can be able to order both of those up to 1.3. Difference is also going to be in storage, either 256 or 512 SSD. Now this one has 512. Available in 3 colors, same colors you can get your iPhone in. Either silver, space gray, or gold. I picked space gray. I used to love the black plastic MacBooks back in the day, so I'm hoping this is about the closest thing I can get to that. I will go ahead and slide this up real fast. There it is, looking very svelte and dark. Go ahead and peel this thing off. Oh, so satisfying. Boom. Incredibly thin. We'll talk about that in a real quick second. Push all that off to the side. What are we going to have in the box? Single cable. You're probably saying to yourself, it doesn't look like a typical Apple cable. And to you, friend, I will say you are correct. This is a USB-C cable, which, aside from the 3.5mm headset jack, is the only port that Apple is going to include. And see, it's the same male end on both. It's a pretty long cable, too. Push all that off to the side. We've got inside of here, presumably some Apple stickers. MacBook, no, the few are Apple stickers. The colors of the sticker look like they match the color of the MacBook you got. All that stuff off to the side. Here we've got the charger, which now just has that USB-C port on it. A few things you can do with USB-C. You can actually now charge your laptop using an external charger. So if you use something to charge your phone batteries, external battery pack, you cannot charge your computer with that. It does a lot of other stuff. We did a whole video actually explaining what USB-C is. I'll put that in the link down below in case you want to check it out. It's got a 12-inch Retina display that's 2034 by 1440 with a 226 ppi. Powering this guy graphically is Intel HD Graphics 5300. Go ahead and open this sucker up. There's a lot of other differences here you'll see almost immediately. Push that off. This almost edge-to-edge keyboard. Now, Apple said they had to design a brand new keyboard mechanism for this using a butterfly mechanism. Essentially what that's going to translate to, no real jiggle at all on the keys, but also not much throw. You can definitely feel it as you type, but it's not a huge sort of up and down motion you get with other Apple keyboards or other keyboards in general. Now, each key now has its own LEDs. They all are LED backlit. A big story here is this gigantic trackpad using something new called Force Touch. So as you click, the keyboard doesn't actually click. It uses a Taptic engine underneath to sort of simulate a click, and it'll be able to determine the difference between a hard press or a soft press to do different things built into the operating system. Sort of rounding out what else we have here, you've got a 480p FaceTime camera. You heard me correctly, 480p FaceTime camera. Let's do a real quick tour of the laptop. I think it looks pretty nice here in space gray, actually. On the left-hand side, that is your only port you're going to have. So love it or hate it, you're going to have to live with a single port, although Apple is certainly happy to sell you some adapters and accessories to make more use out of that if you want to plug in HDMI or VGA, whatever else it might be. So left-hand side, as I mentioned, USB-C coming around. There's really not much else here, save for some microphones and your headphone port. Apple hasn't quite yet figured out how to get rid of that, but presumably, I guess that's probably the next thing to go. Batteries are sort of stacked on here to get more power. So you got batteries on batteries on batteries. Try and get yourself some better battery life. But of course, we will test all of this. The big story here is how thin and light it is, coming in at just a hair over 2 pounds. At its thinnest, it's 0.35 centimeters. At its thickest, it's 1.31 centimeters. So the MacBook, I think, creates kind of a weird situation in Apple's lineup. The MacBook is all about thin and light, which used to be what the Air was all about. So not sure what's going to happen with Apple's lineup, but for comparison, here we've got an 11-inch MacBook Air, which up until today felt very thin and very light. You can see the difference here between those two. And of course, when you open them up, you can see the difference on what the bezels look like and non-Retina screen in the MacBook Air. We've tested the Core M processor before. We played some light gaming on it. I'm really curious how it's going to perform with some lighter gaming, some heavier gaming, and of course, we will do a ton of testing here. This is also a completely fanless design. Apple was able to completely shrink the motherboard to almost relatively nothing, and also to make room for more batteries. So it should get a little bit hot, but not going to sort of scorch your business when you got this thing on your lap. Anything you want to see particular about the new MacBook, let us know. Make sure we cover it in our test. Give it a thumbs up, we always appreciate it. And of course, hit the big subscribe button for the latest Techno Buffalo videos. Until then, I am Jon Rettinger. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.